It's time to make the jump. Grand Rising, everyone. It's time to make the jump. You need to take the leap of faith. It's not so easy to do, especially, if you lived your life one way. And God is opening doors right now, in the now moment. Another door has just opened. Paths are being clear. A bulldozer is literally coming down the street and bulldozing things out of your way. And this is all in divine timing. You're going to have to make the jump. The rapture is happening right now. And, it's gotten to a point where it's like, month after month at this point, it's a new world, a new timeline. And, we're going to be breaking it all down today, but it's really urgent that we make the jump now. It's getting more and more intense. And the dissonance in frequencies, it's going to really agitate you. It's going to make you feel very uncomfortable. You're becoming more sensitive to the lower frequency. There's two frequencies right now. Which one are you tuned into? Are you tuned into the 432 hertz frequency, the universal frequency, God's frequency? Or are we on the 440 hertz frequency, that mainstream media is tuned into? No, it's good to see everyone. Please put a like on this video if you're having a good time. If you're here to learn something new, the rapture is all about frequencies, and you're going to have to make the jump right now. We're actually on an extraction event. I'm extracting a lot out. Are you extracting your loved ones out of the matrix? That's what we're doing. We're pulling people out of the matrix. We have 2 boats in a helicopter, and you might get on the first boat, you might get on the second boat, or you might climb up the ladder on the helicopter. There is no right or wrong. If you choose not to take any of the 3, that's on you. But God is sending these things. We'll talk about this. Remember the story of the 2 boats in the helicopter? Everyone loves that one. Maybe some people didn't hear it. Maybe we'll talk about it later. It's really a very important time. We're going to talk about 2 timelines today. We're going to talk about Indiana Jones. Remember Indiana Jones? We're going to talk about Indiana Jones. We are going to talk about how in 2023 the gap gets wider and wider. So it's going to be harder and harder to make the jump. And it's really important that you hear this and understand it and overstand it. And then once you do that, it's your free will choice to make the decision. Do I stay or do I go now? You gotta, someone has to remember that song. You have to make your own decision. Do I stay or do I go now? It's in the song. It's literally in the song. You have to make your own choice. So the gap is getting wider and wider, becoming sensitive. And why you're becoming more and more sensitive right now. I'm going to revisit a story. I'm going to talk about squirrels today. Squirrels, yeah. If you're part of the Patreon community, if you'd like to take part of that, the link is in the description. I did a story, a scientific experiment with squirrels. And by observing, right, I observe things just like Nikola Tesla. You go out in nature and you observe, and you could actually see there's different frequencies that are affecting living organisms. So we're going to be talking about that. It's really important. I thought a lot of people really enjoyed it and took something from that. My observations on squirrels. So don't go anywhere. I feel that's going to be really important. In the message today, we're going to be breaking down frequencies. Please put a like on this video. It's going to help so many people get on this video. Are you ready to make the jump? Let's put out a frequency that every person that's receiving this message has the courage to make the leap of faith. Are you ready to take the leap of faith? Because once you see, you can never unsee and never be able to unsee it again. So I'm grateful for all of the support. It's really urgent that we get the message out there. So I'm grateful for all of you. Please put a like on this video. It helps others find this message. You could smash the like button or gently tap it. Either way, it will help others find the message through the algorithms. Please subscribe to the channel. If you haven't, click the bell next to subscribe and select all. We have daily videos, 9 a.m. Eastern time. We go on twice on Fridays. The bell will be very helpful on Fridays. We have a community tab and polls because we are a community and everyone should vote. And when we all vote together, we find out the truths of the universe, and every vote counts. At least they say it does. And if you'd like more community and uncensored content, we have a tremendous Patreon. The link is in the description. We have the recording of this week's Zoom meeting. We have many meetings and recordings up there waiting for you. And if you'd like to support the channel and the work, there's a link at the pinned comment. And The Messenger, thank you so much for the support. The Messenger writes, hold fast, shine bright, pray without ceasing. The battle is high at hand. Love you all. Thank you so much, The Messenger. I appreciate you. There are two timelines, and it really is time to make the jump now. You know, sometimes we debate things, we struggle with things. You have to ask the question, what is familiar to you? So, you know, we have things that are part of our lives, things that are familiar and comfortable. But we're reaching a point right now where what used to be familiar and comfortable, it doesn't even look familiar to you anymore. And it really isn't comfortable. God is actually making you uncomfortable so that we tend to move. A mentor of mine once told me, you know, as we're going through this great event, you know, he said, you know, you want to make sure that you're able to get out. And that message kind of lingered with me. You know, sometimes we wait till it's too late, and it's like now I have to get out because, you know, it's a dangerous situation. It's always good to get out ahead of time. If you could see that the ship is going down, if you know the building's on fire, it's time to get out. It's time to get off the ship. It's time to get out of the building. It's time to evacuate. You could write it in the chat right now. It is time to evacuate. That's the message that a lot of us have been getting. Are you getting that message? It's time to evacuate. It's time to jump shift. We're shifting onto a new timeline. You have to jump shift right now. You could visit both timelines. A lot of us are, you know, star seeds, light workers, indigos, archangels. We're all different types of people coming together right now. And we're actually on an extraction. We're pulling our brothers and sisters. We're pulling our family members out of the matrix. You're on the ark already. Some people are already on the ark. But it's time to jump shift right now. And it's better to do it ahead of time. It's difficult to take the leap of faith. I know this. You know, the past couple of years have been really scary for me, but God has raptured me out of the matrix. You know, since, you know, there is an evil that's in this world. And what is evil? It's to live in reverse. You could spell it backwards. You'll find the answer right in front of your face. Isn't that terrific? You know, it's really, that's why a lot of us aren't aware. We have to learn the tactics of the enemy. Remember, they always put things right in front of your face. You think they're right there waiting for you. What is evil? It's to live in reverse. So the opposites, the opposite codes. There's two spirals happening. If you missed yesterday's lesson, please go to the channel page and check out that video. Some people are spiraling upwards. It's a spiral. They're spiraling upwards to the light of Christ, like the sun, and some are in an inverted. Some of you know about inversion or Luciferian. They are spiraling into a matrix black hole that is siphoning energy, also known as loosh, and it's a parasitical energy. And people can't withstand it. They're getting broken down, beaten down. They're in the matrix. They can't handle it right. You know, a couple of years ago, I was in the matrix as well. And, you know, now that evil is actually exposing itself. It actually forced a lot of, you know, teachers out there to take an experiment. And a lot of people, they had the courage inside of them to say, no, I'm not going to violate my body. No, I'm not going to put this unknown experiment inside of my body. I'm going to say no to the mark of the beast, and I'm going to go on my own journey. And I've done that. I'm grateful for all of you. And now I'm teaching almost 100,000 people. Isn't that true? We're almost at 100,000 people. Please put a like on this video today. We're going to reach so many people. Yeah. So a lot of us, we said no to that, but, it looked really bad. You're seeing systems and things that are done that are illegal and unlawful without care. And it's actually helping us grow. And it's actually rapturing us. Like you say, God, why are you allowing this to happen? Are you questioning this? Are you saying to yourself, God, why are you allowing this to happen? God is allowing these things to happen in order to get an escape plan, to get out of the matrix, because you don't want to be on that ship. You don't want to be on that ship as it's sinking. The messenger, thank you so much. Listen, he's on point. Evil backwards is live. Thank you so much for that, the messenger. Yeah, 44,000 to go. Absolutely. Yeah, we're headed there. We're on the right track. We're on the right path. If you're on the channel page, if you see 1111, that means you're on the right path, and we're never going back. So things are not comfortable. They're not even familiar. You might be in a job. All of a sudden, that job, isn't familiar. We do a lot of things. We move forward with subconscious programs, right? And we say, oh, this is what's familiar and comfortable to me. This job, I know what to do, right? This place, I lived here my whole life. It's familiar and comfortable. But now you're looking around, you're saying, hey, you know what? It doesn't seem familiar anymore, and it definitely isn't comfortable. It's time to make the leap of faith. And honestly, God is making you feel very uncomfortable, because otherwise we wouldn't change. Otherwise we wouldn't change. People do not change until the pain of remaining the same exceeds the pain of change. And this is really important stuff. That's why this channel is the greatest channel, and we're growing every single day, because we bring the concepts that you need. Think about that and reflect on that, and it's going to empower you to make the jump right now. People don't change until the pain of remaining the same exceeds the pain of change. Just like many of you on my journey, I don't want to change a lot of things. It's like, oh, I hate change. But now it's becoming more painful to remain the same. We can't remain the same. It's over. You could write it in the chat right now. It's over. This is the 777 year. Hit the 777 in the chat. We're headed there right now. That's the 7 energy. Your rewards are actually coming in this year. It might not seem like rewards are coming in this year. That's maybe because if you're still watching mainstream media, fake news media, they put a lot of fear. And what they're doing is they're pulling you onto a different timeline through the frequency. Your TV, your scrying mirror. Do you know about your black scrying mirror known as the TV cube? Right? It's actually a portal into a different dimension. When you turn off the TV, you go out in nature, you see your brothers and sisters, everyone loves each other, everyone's having a good time. You put on fake news, your blood pressure starts to rise. Does that resonate with you? Cancel your cable subscription and just watch YouTube like many of us are. I'm grateful for all of you. So don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. You want to get on the new timeline. The messenger, thank you. Same actions don't make different results. Yeah, I believe it was Einstein said the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. It's not happening. 5D Silver Truth, thank you so much for the support. I love you so much. I appreciate that. Remember Indiana Jones? Indiana Jones in the Last Crusade. You remember that movie? They actually teach us things in the movies. Brian Hibbert, thank you so much, Brian. I love you. Did you watch Indiana Jones in the Last Crusade? They were trying to find the Holy Grail. The Holy Grail. And they were in the temple or area where they could find the Holy Grail. And at the end, he had to decipher all these codes and things, and he's going through the temple. All these things were set to make you go to your doom because you couldn't reach the Holy Grail. But at the last thing, right? That was the Ark of the Covenant. That was a different one. The Holy Grail was another one. At the last stage, the room where the Holy Grail was in, right? There was a wide gap. It was wide. The divide gets wide. And if you wanted to reach the other side, you're going to have faith, and you're going to have to take the leap of faith. And at the end, you know, Indiana Jones was like, you can't jump across. It was too wide. He had to take the leap of faith. So he just stepped forward, and there was an invisible platform, and he was able to walk across. People would be too afraid to take the leap of faith, but he was able to walk across. It looked like it was invisible. And Indiana Jones was able to walk across. The moral of the story is you have to take the leap of faith. God is going to catch you to walk to the other side, and you'll achieve the Holy Grail. And you live a lot longer. It's true. When he was on the other side, you drink from the Holy Grail, and you can live a lot longer. 5D Silver Truth, thank you. Ain't watching Netflix, more YouTube and Twilight Zone. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And then in the Grail room, there was all these beautiful chalices with all the prestige. Some of them had the gemstones, the gold, the jewels. But he just picked up the basic one. That was actually the Holy Grail. It didn't have all these jewels. It didn't have all these prestige. You should watch if you never watched Indiana Jones, The Last Crusade, there's a lot of deep truths in that movie. This is how we get through the rapture. Jayathi, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Fist bump to you too. I appreciate that. It's not about prestige. Everyone think, oh, you gotta have the prestige, the jewels, the gold. Sit in your Lamborghini. That's not the 5D Earth. I mean, maybe it's part of yours, but it's not the 5D Earth. Is just being happy and comfortable and peaceful, chilling out, relaxing in the sun, in the light of Christ. Right? That's what it's all about. This is your 7 year. It's the 777. Please hit the 777. Please hit the like button. It helps others find this message. So just like in Indiana Jones, this year in 2023, you're seeing it already. The gap is getting wider and wider. If you've watched this channel, there's a world. I keep forgetting I have to reshare it. If you subscribe to the channel, you get a community post update. They can't hear you anymore. I'm going to reshare that video if you've never seen it. Hello? They can't hear you. No matter what you say, it's over. It's already passed. We're sealed. It's gone. It's over. Right? It's like the Matrix is like the dead cockroach on the floor. You have it like the cockroach and it's twitching. We're seeing the twitching. We think it's still alive, right? We think the Matrix is still alive. It's over. Everything's finished. And as we're going through the months right now, like we see it's over. You know, there's a sense of desperation. Heck, they're even crashing choo-choo trains. Did you see that? You probably didn't see much of that in the news. Yeah, they're crashing trains with all these chemicals, poisoning the land. Remember the Hopi prophecy? Remember the Hopi prophecy? When the earth is ravaged, right? And the animals are dying. It's happening right now. We have to wake up right now. So the gap is getting wider and wider, and you can't tolerate the dissonant frequencies anymore. 144 Tiffany, thank you so much. I appreciate that. We are the 144 tribe. I love you. Virginia Hiker, thank you so much. Morning, I'm learning so much from this channel. I appreciate that comment. That's my honor, Virginia. Yeah, I was the greatest teacher in the fake failing public school, and now I'm the teacher for the new earth. So I'm really grateful for all of you. It's my honor to serve each and every one of you. And the greatest support of all is just keep sharing this channel. We're going to get out there. The messenger writes, "Fear not, you are the chosen ones." Yeah, that's you have to, when you have fear, you start to attract these fearful things. They could actually through the scrying mirror of the TV and the broadcasting of spells, they could actually trick the mass population to create things for them. And you know, you have to learn about these things. So as the gap gets wider and wider, you're becoming more and more sensitive to these things, these dissonant frequencies. So sensitive, you're becoming so alert. There's in the world right now, there's already 2 different timelines. You could actually take part of them, and you have to witness them. So you're becoming more aware, which is good. Awareness is the precursor to change. All of us, you could be in filth, right, your whole life, and then you wake up and you say, "What the heck am I doing?" And just like that, all of a sudden, a massive change comes over you. You're becoming sensitive to these things. God is going to open doors over the next few months. If the doors haven't opened and cleared for you already, remember this is happening in shifts. So, you know, things that say happened for me last year might be happening for you this year. That's how we reach critical mass. If you're new to this, Dolores Cannon spoke about the waves of volunteers. It's all happening in waves. So there's no right or wrong if it happened, you know, say for me last year, and, you know, maybe for you it's happening this year, and someone else it happened the year before. Me, it's all, it's awakening, right? So like, I went through a massive awakening, right? Some people have been awake since the 1970s. God bless you if you've been awake since the 1970s. I know there's people on the channel that have been awake that long. I don't know how you did it. I really don't. The messenger writes, "Humility, integrity, and compassion." We have to have compassion for all people. I think that's the lessons we're learning. We're putting ourselves in other people's position. You have to think about that right now, because everyone's story, everyone's life experience is totally different. So God is bulldozing a path for you right now. God's got the bulldozer out, knocking everything out of your way. He's clearing a path for you right now. And, you know, the doors are opening. The path is cleared. You could write it in the chat. The pathway is cleared to get out of here. Get out of the matrix right now. And now you're becoming raptured out of the matrix. But it's your free will choice to you know, realize what's going on, and you're going to see the dissonant frequencies, the positive and negative frequencies, and I'm going to share with you my observations watching animals and seeing how animals react to the different frequencies of the different timelines. And this is very powerful, and it's really going to help you. So before I get to that very powerful observation, please put a like on the video, and I want you to focus on your perfect life, peaceful life. Whatever is peaceful for you, whatever is abundant for you, and start living that life today. Start acting like you're on the timeline today. Stop living in the timeline where it's the timeline of lack, the black hole matrix, everything's siphoned away from you, right? They steal all your money, they tax all your money away, they do all these things, right? They beat you down at the job. That's over. Now now we're charging up. Right? Just like God, did you activate God mode? You could write God mode in the chat. You are spiraling upward. The abundance, you just keep attracting and charging yourself up. There is no loosh, right? You put the full armor of God on. It's over. And now we are raptured onto the new earth. The abundance is now coming your way. And you could hit the 888s in the chat. It's all about abundance right now. And we are breaking free of the matrix. And if we observe in the natural world the behaviors, even of all different organisms, we could see how frequencies actually affect us. How are they affecting us? How do they affect people? We actually could observe the animals and see how this is all playing out. 5D Silver Truth, thank you so much. Victory of the Light, thank you for that, 5D. I appreciate you. No, we got the 888 silver codes coming in right now. The 888s, you just hit them. You can hit them 8 times if you want. It really charges up everything. I'm telling you. So on my journey, the Nature Boy's here. Woo! Thank you, brother. I love you. So I shared this story. Marco Santangelo, thank you so much, brother. I really appreciate you. Thank you for that. It's a time where we really have to reflect. And if we sit back, I'm just like Nikola Tesla. I'm like the modern day Tesla, and many of you are as well. It's called a real authentic scientist, not puppets of a cabal or something like that. Tesla said, be the observer, right? Be the observer. And on my journey, I observe, right? I observe. I like to, I observe everything. And I observe animals. And my whole life, growing up in Brooklyn, shout out to all my Brooklyn brothers and sisters. No sleep till Brooklyn, right? Yeah. No, you got to be real tough if you're still surviving this, right? We're all tough, right? We're Brooklyn strong. Living in the city, I observed squirrels my entire life. You watch squirrels? Do you love squirrels? Have you seen squirrels? Let me know in the chat. I don't know if there's a squirrel emoji, right? Did you watch? I watched squirrels my whole life. I know the behaviors of squirrels my entire life. And when you start to sit back and you actually notice the change, notice the change. 5D Silver Truth, I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for that. I love you. Notice the change, right? Energy is the ability to cause change. We can detect energy's presence by notice the change. Wow, you have no squirrels by you anymore. You could see, notice the change of the animals, the behaviors, what's going on. Animals, there's even videos of animals walking around in a circle. Did you see those videos? No, I see clear difference in the behavior of squirrels, right? It's going to be called squirrel science. Squirrels, right? Squirrels teach you the difference between the timelines. If a person is in the matrix timeline, for example, or if a person is free and peaceful area, high vibes. I see squirrels my whole life. You see squirrels, right? And growing up in New York, right? You see the squirrel, right? The squirrel see, and the squirrel runs away, right? You ever see the squirrel? You walk towards the squirrel. You could raise your hand in the chat, right? I see the squirrel. Oh, look at the squirrel. Runs up the tree. The squirrel sees you. It runs away, right? It's like the neurotic squirrel. You ever see the neurotic squirrel? Do you know what I'm talking about? Here come the squirrels. Yeah, it's all about the squirrels here. Yeah, shout outs to the squirrel tribe. Yeah. No, the squirrels, right, tell us the answer, right? There must be some kind of, all the light workers have this little thing here. No, the squirrels teach you what's going on, right? So I see the squirrels, and I grew up, right, by a park, and all my whole life I see the squirrels. The squirrel, you go near the squirrel runs away, right? You go near the squirrel runs up the tree, right? Like it's this fear, like this neurotic squirrel, and it runs away from you, right? But then sometimes, right now, if I'm walking around and say I'm in Florida, for example, I see the squirrel. Look at the squirrel, and the squirrel sees me, and now the squirrel starts following me. This was so strange to me. I says, look at the squirrel, and the squirrel's like, loving me, right? The squirrel's walking around, right? I says the squirrel's not running away from me. I says, look at the squirrel. The squirrel's right next to me. I'm walking. The squirrel is walking next to me. It's not running away from me. It's a totally different. So when we're looking at the frequencies that are being put out there, you could be in one area, and when you observe the, they are wildlife of the area. In one area, I see how, and think about that. So, like, think about the people in the area. It's the same energy. It's just this energy, this frequency that's being put out. People are afraid of each other, right? I walk down the street, right? So you could go, down the street, one area, and everyone turns away from you, right? They're stumbling. They do whatever they can not to look at you. Have you witnessed this? And then you go to there's strangers. How you doing? They're waving at you. I said, I don't even know this person. Hi, right? I'm like, well, hi, right? But then in another area, everyone's like this. So we could actually observe people. We could observe squirrels and see the difference, right? So one squirrel, there it goes. The squirrel, the squirrel doesn't love me. The squirrel ran away from me, right? Neurotic squirrel. Then I see the other squirrel, and he's, there he is. And he's just walking next to me. And we're just chilling out. The squirrel's interested in what I'm doing. He's coming to love me a little bit, right? And then the other squirrel runs away. This is showing us the difference of the timelines, right? If you're enjoying this, please put a like on the video. It helps others find this message. We can observe nature. Tesla said, be the observer. If I'm in one area, I could see squirrels and the squirrels run away. There's a ton of fear in the squirrel, right? Do you see the fear in the squirrels? Right? The squirrel sees you. There's so much fear, the squirrel runs away. In another area of higher vibrational frequency, the squirrel is walking side by side with me. It's not running away. In one area, the people are like doing whatever they can not to make eye contact. And then in another area, they can be, how you doing? And I'm like, is this... I says, I don't even know this person, but they're being nice to me. So, but I am seeing that across the board in both areas. Make the jump now. You could write it in the chat. You could write it in the comments. Make the jump now. And, I share a lot of these real life stories. We go even into more detail on Patreon. If you'd like more community, uncensored content on Patreon, the link is in the description. But this was a story I shared on Patreon from my journey, and I felt that the world also needs to hear this story. And you could just observe. When I'm observing the animals, and reflect, compare the animals. We are animals as well. The people are doing the same thing. So sometimes we get so beaten down, like the neurotic squirrel, they're running away from each other. We're supposed to be coming together. We're not supposed to be 6 feet apart. We're supposed to be together. Hug your brother and sister today. Hug your grandma if you still have a grandma or grandpa, right? We're learning the difference right now. They are programming the subconscious mind so that you have fear, guilt, and shame. We are removing subconscious programs, and we are embracing the higher timelines. It's a higher vibrational frequency, right? Love your parents today. 5D Silver Truth, I love you so much. Squashing the deep state with one mosquito at a time. Yeah, you got to watch out for the mosquitoes. Yeah, they even have genetically modified. There's an article out there. You could use the Google. Why did they make genetically modified mosquitoes? Heck, I might even think all mosquitoes maybe are fake. When you actually look at nature, there really is nothing in nature like a mosquito, right? That just, it like the mosquito comes, it takes your blood and leaves you. Like there's really nothing else that's like that. Like nature usually doesn't come attack you and do all these weird things. Very weird what mosquitoes do. But in this now moment, if you are ready to take the leap of faith, Please hit the 888 in the chat right now if you are ready to take the leap of faith. Parasites, Kenny, I love you, Kenny. Yeah, we got to, there's different types of life forms. Parasites can come in many forms. They could be little microscopic parasites. There could be a ginormous parasite in your everyday life. It could come in the form of a friend or family member or coworker or boss or something like that, and they're looshing off your energy. So remember, there's two spirals. You have the inverted spiral, the Christ spiral. Yesterday's lesson, if you missed yesterday's lesson, take a look on the channel page. We have very powerful messages here. A lot of things waiting for you. The silver truth, I love you. I really appreciate this today. You're wonderful. It is the 888. It's the 888 abundance codes in the chat. It's all about abundance right now. Live in abundance. Don't live in fear. Don't live in lack. And that's actually how you make the timeline jump. It's time to make the jump. Yeah, you got to watch out for all those parasitical creatures out there. And they come in many forms. And they even happen in the spiritual realm as well. And principalities, right? It's very interesting. This chat is, if you please subscribe to the channel, take part in our beautiful chat. We have a wonderful chat. Make the jump today. Make the jump. Don't live in fear. And when you gotta, like everything, and I know it's hard. I have to do this as well because the demons are you ever see the demons out there? They're growling. They're trying to scare you, right? But the lions roar, are the lions in the chat? The lion's roar is so much greater than the demon's growl. And that's what we need to really, the chat is on fire right now. That's what we need to be focused on. We have to be focused on the lion. And we don't even realize this. We don't realize, heck, you know what? We're so much more powerful than the enemy. It's unbelievable how much more powerful we are than the enemy. So, think about that on your journey and make the leap of faith today. Tigers are in the chat. Lions are in the chat. It's unbelievable. The chat it's so wonderful right now. It is. We lived in this world and we never saw it. Like I see it all the time. People write to me, you were in a marriage, in a relationship, you never saw it. And now you see it. You were in a job, you never saw it. Now I actually really had to see it. I saw it the whole time. And listen, a lot of us, the toleration, we have zero tolerance any longer. The messenger writes, trust in the loving promise. He never forsook us. Yes, that's right, the messenger. Yeah, it is, the year of the tiger. Yeah. The eye of the tiger. I love you guys, but don't be afraid. They control you through fear. That's actually how they control us. They control us through fear. Be free. You're going to be free and know that God is protecting you. So many things have happened. And I said to myself, it looked scary for me. And now I'm realizing, I says, heck, wow, God was actually protecting me this whole time. Holy shift. Because we're shifting onto a new timeline. No, it's really true. We totally shifted onto a new timeline, and we had no clue that it was actually God's protection. And that's why we have to just say, let go of listen, we do it ourselves. Let go of judgment and expectations. Full video on the channel page. So, we all kind of have them. And let go of people that have judgment and expectations for you. And, relax. Get out in nature. Ground yourself. Get the negative ions of the planet. Get out in the sunlight. These are the things that are helping us. Lynn Marie, thank you so much. 888 Abundance, I appreciate you. Love you, Michael. Much gratitude. Peace, love, unity. Stay heart-centered. Let go and let God. No, it really is true. Thank you, Lynn Marie. It is difficult. It's scary at first to let go and let God, but it really does work. I'm here to share that with all of you. We share more on Patreon if you're interested. Franny Lee, 1206, thank you so much. Put on the full armor of God. Absolutely, Franny Lee. Yeah, we activated that a long time ago. It's pumping. It's all there on the channel page for you. Please subscribe to the channel. We're going to have more community posts. I'll put one up tonight for all of you. And, you know, stay focused in the end days. Stay focused. Stay strong. Have the courage to make the jump. Make the jump. And write it in the comments today. Make the jump. I am the defender of our everyday lives. Victory of the light. I love you all. Never stop and never give in. Just keep going. The messenger writes, wow, the eye of the tiger. Very fitting for what's happening today. You are connected to the divine consciousness. Love you all so much. So proud of you. Thank you, the messenger. Thanks for popping in. Thanks for popping in. I love you all. What are you going to do to make the jump? Take the leap of faith, just like Indiana Jones. Remember Indiana Jones? He took the leap of faith. He found the Holy Grail. The answers are right in front of us. Take the leap of faith today. You will find the Holy Grail. Write it in the comments. What are you going to do today? I love each and every one of you. Share this video on all platforms. I'll see you soon. Bye for now.